Have you ever crushed your home game or local poker room table only to get absolutely wrecked online? Or maybe you're an online grinder dipping your toes into live poker, wondering why everyone's limping, no one's 3-betting, and somehow they always have it. Today we're breaking down the real differences between live and online poker, and more importantly, how to adjust your strategy for each of them. And if you stick around until the end, I'll tell you a way to get the best of both worlds. So here's the truth, it's the same game, same rules, same hand rankings, but the way people play is totally different, and that means your strategy has to change. Live poker and online poker might look the same on paper, but if you try to play one like the other, you're going to bleed chips. Let's dive into the key differences and how to make sure you're playing the right kind of poker wherever you sit down. Let's start with live poker. Whether you're at your local card room or at the Bellagio in Vegas, the player pool in live games is, on average, much softer than online. That means players make bigger mistakes. They're more passive, and most importantly, they play a lot more hands face up. So, what's your number one priority in live poker? Get value with your strong hands. Forget about fancy balancing. You don't need to worry about protecting your checking range. You don't need to mix in perfectly timed bluffs. If you've got a big hand and your opponent has a second best hand, your job is simple. Get the most chips in the pot. Value, value, value. If your opponent can't fold top pair, don't bluff them off it. Just make sure you're the one with 2 pair or better and extract every chip you can. Also, in live games you'll see a lot of limping, especially at lower stakes. Limping means just calling the big blind rather than raising. Multi-way pots are common and aggression is low. So how do you adjust? Tighten up your starting hands, especially out of position. When you have a premium, raise bigger than you would online. A 3x open won't get the job done when there are 4 limpers already in the pot. Don't get fancy, play solid, straightforward poker and let your opponents make the mistakes. And don't fall into the trap of copying everyone else and start limping and calling yourself. Now let's talk online poker. This is a completely different beast. Online players are on average way better. The bad players bust quickly and move on. What's left is a pool of grinders who study the game and use tracking software to plug leaks. So the first thing you need to know is you can't just wait for big hands. If you're not bluffing, semi-bluffing or stealing pots, you're going to get eaten alive. Online poker is all about winning pots without always having the best hand. To do that, you need a strong understanding of ranges, at least a basic knowledge of GTO, game theory optimal principles, and a willingness to 3-bet light, c-bet often, and put pressure on capped ranges. Bluffing is a must. You need to be willing to fire multiple streets with air or semi-bluff with hands like flush draws and straight draws. It's about balance here. Unlike live poker, where people will call you down with bottom pair, online opponents are folding more and punishing you when you're too predictable. Also, pre-flop aggression is much higher online. You'll see more 3-bets, 4-bets, and even 5-bet bluffs. So, be prepared. Here are some quick tips to adjust between the two. From live to online. Study basic GTO spots, button versus big blinds, c-bet frequencies, etc. Open up your pre-flop ranges, stealing is more profitable. Add well-timed bluffs, use blockers and board texture to guide you. Be aggressive in position, most of your money comes from that edge. From online to live, tighten up, stop trying to bluff calling stations, go for thin value, people don't like folding top pair, and punish limpers with bigger raises. Be patient, it's slower, but there's more money to be made from bad play. To wrap it up, poker is poker, but your strategy has to adapt to the environment. Live poker is about reading your opponents and punishing their mistakes. Online poker is about staying balanced, knowing your ranges, and applying pressure in the right spots. Play each game for what it is, and you'll see better results, more profits, and way fewer confusing sessions. But I promised you a way to get the best of both worlds. Soft games with the fast action of live poker. CoinPoker offers some of the softest online games. I've been playing on the site for a few months now and really been enjoying the soft player pool. If you want to join, the site now offers a 150% welcome bonus on your first deposit and then 33% rakeback. More info in the card player link below.